What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of YNR, I'm so glad Nick finally said what I've been saying that Phyllis should have stayed the hell out of Summer's business because he put it out there and Nick made it clear. He told her, he said, everybody that she's trying to protect or she's trying to get rid of Sally for, they're all adults. Um, Phyllis definitely should have stayed out of this because I feel like when Phyllis intervened in all of this mess, she made matters way worse. She blew everything up. But Phyllis did have a point too because she called Nick a hypocrite because he was being a hypocrite. How you gonna tell Phyllis that she needs to stay out of grown people business, like these adults' business, but you feel the need to protect Sharon at every cost? And Sharon is an adult; she's grown. I understand him wanting to protect his daughter. I get that. That's your daughter. She's a teenager. But Sharon is your ex wife, number one. Y'all been divorced for a long damn time. And she's a grown ass woman. And furthermore, like I said, they're divorced. Sharon is no longer Nick's problem. She has a whole husband. Ray is, you know, Sharon is officially Ray's problem now, not yours. So Nick, I just feel like he has this hero complex. He feels like he has to save everyone. He has to protect everyone. It's like, okay, but these people are grown. They're making grown decisions. They know what they're doing. I feel like when it comes to Sharon, Nick needs to mind his business because when do you ever see Sharon all up in Nick's personal life? You do not see her getting involved in his relationship with Phyllis at all. At all. She doesn't give him advice about their relationship. She doesn't make comments about it. She does not say anything. And I'm pretty sure if she did have something to say about him and Phyllis, Nick would have more than likely told her to mind her business. So, in my opinion, Nick needs to mind his business. That's your ex wife. She's not your current wife. Mind your business. Like, I don't understand that. So, anyway, moving on from that, I'm happy that Lauren laid down the law to Sally and Summer because what Lauren said was so true. Summer had so little faith in herself. Not only did she have little faith in her ability, but she had very little faith in Lauren as a boss. Like she really thought that if Sally could get in Lauren's ear that Lauren would fire Summer as president of JVC and give the position to Sally. Lauren would have never done that. Lauren gave Summer that position because Summer and Kyle basically created JVC. There would have been no JVC if they didn't come up with the idea. They came up with the idea, they worked their ass off to launch it. That was their thing. You know what I mean? That's why Lauren gave her the presidency. She felt like she was the perfect person to run it. And so far, from what we know, Summer's been doing a good job with it. So if you are so confident in your ability as she should have been, then she should have known that Lauren would have never fired her. Only way Lauren would ever fire Summer is if Summer's dropping the ball. Like business is down, numbers are down, and Summer's not doing what she's supposed to do. That's the only way you're gonna get fired. She would never let Sally come in there and be all up in her ear and be like, "Oh, you should put me in that position." That's not how Lauren does business. That I will hope that's not how anybody does business. Let your ability speak for itself. Let your performance, let your work speak. You know what I mean? Like Summer should have had more faith in herself and Lauren, and not pull these little high school shenanigans. Because I seen a lot of people complaining that Lauren was only saying something to Sally and not Summer, and I'm like, okay, but I'm pretty sure she is, and she did. And she let both Summer and Sally know that we're not going to have this conversation again. She was like, we're not doing this because she's not about to have her employees blackmailing each other and cat fights. And because she felt like as women, especially as women in the workplace, they should be uplifting each other. You know what I'm saying? They should be rooting for each other, not trying to destroy each other. You know what I mean? And I agreed with Lauren on that. Show some damn unity. You know what I mean? Like, come on. So I'm glad that she just laid down the law with them. What pissed me off was Phyllis again. Like Phyllis is mad at Lauren. Like she's blaming Lauren for her mess. She's blaming Lauren because her and Summer basically because Summer's pissed off at Phyllis. So she's blaming Lauren for that. I'm like, that's not Lauren's fault. Phyllis is the one who came to Lauren behind Summer's back trying to get Sally removed. Phyllis engineered all of this foolishness. And now you're mad at Lauren? And then she's sitting there talking about, oh, you need to remember that how you were at that age before you start lecturing my daughter. First of all, Phyllis, the reason Lauren is lecturing your daughter is because she does remember how she was at that age, and she's trying to get them not to make the same mistakes she did at that age. Furthermore, she's the CEO of a business. She can't have them fighting and backstabbing each other because eventually that's going to fuck up the business. Duh. Um, Phyllis is just foolish. Like, she does this all the time. She blames everybody for everything, and this is all her doing. And she's mad because Summer's pissed off at her. Summer never came to Phyllis and told her to help solve this Sally problem. She came to Phyllis for advice. Phyllis is the one who chose to get involved in this. That's on Phyllis. Because Phyllis has nothing better to do with her life. Like, go find you something to do. You have a whole hotel to run, yet you're meddling in young people's business, young adult people business. You're meddling in your ex-husband's business. It's ridiculous. Um, I don't blame Jack, honestly, for slowing things down with Sally after she pretty much told him everything she did in LA and all that good stuff and how she was blackmailing Summer and Kyle and stuff like that. I don't blame Jack for, kind of slowing things down with her because, he appreciates her honesty, but he didn't like the fact that she's been, in contact with Theo way back in February, which was like 2 months ago, and she's been holding on to this secret for 2 months from him. And Jack has been nothing but good to her. So I don't blame Jack on that. You know what I mean? He just needs to take a step back, think about what he wants to do. But I do like him with Sally. I know some people don't like them together because he's way older than she is. But I'm like, I do like them together because she does bring a spark to his life. And they're a lot of fun together. But I could understand why Jack is, pumping the brakes on things right now. Can't say that I blame him. Kyle is such a little earhead. You know what I mean? He's a little idiot. Like, he keeps telling Jack, "Oh, you don't have any faith in me. You don't whatever." I'm like, he has faith in you. That's why he defended you to Ashlyn Locke. The problem is Kyle's trying to fix this whole thing on his own, and I just feel like Kyle's not ready to go up against a man like Ashlyn Locke. Like, that's a high level ruthless guy, and I just feel like Kyle, he's in over his head with this guy. So that's why Jack feels the need to step in and kind of, help Kyle out. Do I agree with Jack stepping in, helping Kyle? No, not really. I understand that's his son and that's their company. But I feel like if Kyle's going to be co-CEO of Jabot, then Kyle needs to learn how to handle big situations on his own without daddy taking care of it for him. You know what I mean? Because if Jack handles this Ashlyn thing, all it's going to prove is that Kyle's not fit to be co-CEO. He's not ready to be the leader, or co-lead. He's not ready. You know what I mean? And Kyle doesn't really have a plan for taking on Ashlyn Locke. And Jack needs to figure out it's not all about protecting Kyle. It's a lot more about protecting Jabot. Because when you go up against powerful people like Ashland, it's like, how vindictive and manipulative they can be, especially when it comes to revenge. You know what I mean? So Jack is trying to do everything he can to not only try to protect his son, but more so protect the company. Because this is not Jack's first go around with Ashland Locke. Like, he knows the man's reputation. So he knows how cutthroat he can be. So I don't think Kyle's ready to take that on. I'm glad that Sally, Kyle, and Summer called the truce because I feel like they do need to call the truce before it destroys all of them. Because if Sally, Summer, and Kyle keep on going after each other, trying to dig up dirt on each other, that's going to be bad for all of their careers. Because at the end of the day, Lauren and Jack are not going to continue to put up with this shit. They're not. They're not going to keep putting up with this. Eventually, if they keep going after each other and it spills over into their business life, which it will, you already know Jack gonna put the hammer down, and he gonna fire Kyle as co-CEO. Lauren's gonna fire Summer and Sally. So it's in their best interest to cease fire at this moment, because that's the last thing you want to do. Um, So anyway, moving on from that. Chelsea and Chloe is panicking hard right now because she knows that they need to do something to figure this Adam Sharon mess out because Chelsea knows that Adam and Sharon are working together. They need to figure out a way to outmaneuver them. Basically, it's a battle of who's gonna outmaneuver who at this point. Because Chloe's worried about going to prison. That's what she's worried about, and she feels like all of this is gonna blow up in their face, which it will. It will. Oh, it definitely will. Nick is pissing me off by going to see Chelsea because it's like, Nick, go mind your business. Like, here he comes, Chelsea. I don't understand why you keep taking Adam back. And Nick, go do. Don't you have something to do? Like, Nick just seems like he's a man without a country or something. Like, he just has nothing to do with his time. Like, doesn't he run New Hope or something? Like, go find you some business, sir. Go find you something. Because Adam is hoping that Sharon can help him though. He's really hoping that Chelsea slips up, makes a big mistake, so they can get out of this mess. But Chloe feels like they need to set up a trap or something because Chloe was like, I ain't going down for this shit. It's too late. Chloe should have never agreed to do it in the first place. Um, Ray definitely knows that Sharon's been lying. Because she coming in the house talking about, oh, I was at the hospital and yada, yada, yada. He quickly was like, yeah, no, you weren't. He was like, no, you weren't. Because he heard from Faith, or Nick heard from Faith or whatever, that Sharon was not at the hospital. And he already had his suspicions that she was in contact with Adam. He already had that suspicion. And now she basically just confirmed it. But she also told him that Adam wasn't the one who poisoned him. It was Chelsea. Now all they gotta do is figure out how to prove it. Because you already know Ray's not gonna believe it. She's sitting in a wheelchair, all that stuff. Ray not gonna believe it. And I think at first Ray's not gonna believe it because we all know he's hell bent on destroying Adam, like coming for Adam, locking him up. Um, Ray, I feel like Ray needs to face the facts that his marriage to Sharon is over because there was never any real chemistry between them. And I feel like Sharon was never all that committed to Ray. Like she wasn't all that in with him. Like no. I feel like she married him out of obligation and to prove that she's over Adam. And she was trying to prove all that to herself, but it's failing miserably. Because she's not over Adam, but she definitely not in love. I feel like she loves Ray, but she's not in love with Ray. You know, you can love somebody all you want, but if you're not in love with them, you definitely should not be married to them. I'm just saying, because that's a recipe for disaster. That's a marriage that's gonna crash and burn, and it's gonna do it quickly. Like because they've been married less than 1 year, and already they're talking about going to couples counseling. I'm like, after a few months of marriage, and y'all already need counseling. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's horrible. That just means that y'all marriage is just not strong. It's not. It's been on shaky ground since before they said I do. Um. So anyway, hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see all of y'all later. Have a good day. Peace.